Coffee, mga ka-philosophy. We're here for my second vlog, and as you remember, my first vlog is the Apologia ni Socrates, which is a great vlog for me. Thank you for watching that video, and for today, we will have a review from the movie entitled The Emperor's Club, directed by Michael Hoffman. So, I will answer questions from my phone, which is given by Father Kevin. Shout out to you, Father. If you were Mr. 100, would you have given the final slot to the Julius Caesar contest to the boy who earned it, or to the boy whom you hope to redeem himself if given the chance? And why? If I were Mr. 100, I will give the final slot to the Julius Caesar contest to the boy who earned it, which is Martin Blythe. It means that Martin Blythe performs well than Cedric Bell. In short, Martin Blythe deserves the final spot of performing well, and not because of Mr. 100's pity for Cedric. It is Martin Blythe who rightly belonged with the two other contestants. And that's for question number 1. And for the question number 2, choose two statements below that were mentioned in the movie. Relate these statements a lesson from one of the philosophers that you've learned in the class. And what is the significance of the statement in your present status as a senior high school student? The first statement I have chosen is, it is not living that is important but living well. I can say that different people have different opinions about the idea of living well. Like for example, what is a good life for me is different from what another person means by living a good life. But for Socrates, life only has meaning when someone is constantly examining or questioning the complexity of life and the world. People are usually drawn to focus on what is practical, that they tend to just accept the world as it is. The significance of this statement for me as a senior high school student stems to be exact, and most countries nowadays are direct towards the advancement of technology to achieve growth. Even though as a STEM student, there is a need to value and appreciate the humanities. There has to be a balance between the two. Otherwise, people can use science as a weapon or simply use the technology to improve the lives of people. And for the second statement I have chosen, a man's character is his fate. This can be related to Protagoras' claim that man is a measurement of all things, or homo mensura. Because his philosophy is associated with radical relativism, it supports the claim that there is no absolute truth. So it is saying that everything is relative. What is true for you is true, even though it is not true for others. Since you believe in it, it is true. Therefore, something is true as long as an individual believes it to be true. So basically, a person is somewhat in control of what happens to his or her life, since he or she is responsible for building his or her own character. But, of course, it is not completely like there are things that we can't control. So I can say that a person's attitude, principle, and beliefs towards life influence that what actually happens to his or her life, or what is it turned into reality. The significance of this statement for me is on how does it affect on how I value education. Like, if I believe that I am capable of doing something worth doing, then I will see education as my pathway to do something substantial later on my life. That's for the question number 2. And let's go forward to question number 3. Answer and reflect on this question. Do you want to live a good and examined life, or do you want to be successful at any cost, and why? If I were to choose, then I will choose to live a good and examined life rather than a successful at any cost, because living a good and examined life means living with principle and integrity. A good and examined life means that you are willing to know the truth, or rather, the good and the bad sides of every decision that you will make. letting them to scrutinize on the way you live, on the way you do things, as long as you live on your own and you do not step on others. That's my answer for question number 3 and for question number 4. Which character can you relate the most? Why? And the rate a personal experience which makes you relate with the character. The character that I can relate the most is Cedric Bell because I admit that sometimes I am a troublemaker in class, like what Cedric did with Mr. Hundred as being pressured by my mom to excel in my studies or to do well in school. We all have reasons of why we cheat because this act is not be tolerated. Like Cedric, maybe he cheated because he wants to make his father proud of him as well as me. I want to make my mother proud, of course. I want to make my parents proud, and I don't want to disappoint them with failing grades. Way back then, I was in grade 7. It is our periodical day in Araling Panlipunan. A night before our periodical day, on the given subject, I struggled studying a specific topic because of mental breakdown or stress, because I am pressured to lose my spot in top students. So so I made a mini note that I kept in my pocket and I am tempted to open it during exam. I got high score but it doesn't make me proud because I know I did not deserve to be proud of what I got because of what I did. For question number 5, what insights did you gain from experience of watching the movie? How are these insights relevant to you as a senior high school student at St. Joseph's Academy? How will you how will these insights guide you as you pursue your goals in life? As a student, I learned that we must compete with honesty and integrity. It is something that we could be proud of, and this really strikes me. We need to be fair, wherein we may think that we are doing our best, but sometimes this best hurts or destroys others. This movie helped me to realize that we must be thankful at every professors or teachers who handled us, like what Mr. Hundred said. It is my job to mold your son's character. It helps me to realize that teachers are just doing their job to push us at our best to be the best version of ourselves, or to explore something new that we thought that we can't do. In order to live in a successful life, we must live in a good life. That's all, and thanks for watching my vlog. See you until my next